You might just love it as much as you love flying. Okay, it's a bit too close. Hello friends, welcome to a new video. If you're new here, hi, hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Andy and I live in Johannesburg, South Africa. For those of you who don't know me, I am a former flight attendant. I was a flight attendant for about 4 years before the pandemic and everything that happened to the airline industry here in South Africa affected me, but I still have a never-ending love for aviation and for flying, and I know that there's so many people who are in the same position as I am who are no longer able to fly. So I wanted to make this video not only for myself and not only for former flight attendants, but to anybody who saw their life going one way and now has to pivot into something else, into a different direction, into a different career path. I hope that this is a welcome and appreciated video. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you find it somewhat helpful and even a little bit entertaining. So as the title suggests, this video is just going to be me sitting down and chatting to you guys about different jobs and different career paths that you might want to pursue if you are no longer a cabin crew member. First and foremost, I want to mention that all of the ideas I wrote down were basically from watching my old colleagues, people I used to fly with, and just watching people I know of, even just from the internet, and seeing what they're doing now that they're no longer cabin crew. Yeah, that's basically where I'm getting my ideas from. But yeah, the main theme I notice is that a lot of people seem to be starting their own businesses. It seems to be the way forward. It seems like after working all of the strange hours and all of the crazy flight attendant schedule, that the only thing you can be is your own boss. Because trying to go back to a 9 to 5 seems really difficult. Trust me, I know. Yeah, I'm really excited to be putting this together. The first business idea is to start your own flower business. My friend Kylie is doing this. She used to be my cabin crew instructor, and now she literally supplies grocery stores like Food Lovers Market in the East Rand area with flowers, bouquets of flowers. She even puts together bouquets of flowers for events, and she started branching out into doing gift boxes and get well soon boxes, you know, just goodie boxes of that sort. And I think that's such a nice idea. The next idea is to start your own candle company. My friend Zeppi is doing this. Her business is called Amari Candle Company on Instagram, and she makes handmade soy candles. She's also started making reed diffusers, and I think that that's just so nice because she's a mom. She really likes the beauty and self-care type of things. It's a cool business, and if you know how to make candles, I just don't think I'm sciencey enough to get it right, but if you know how to make candles and if you like that kind of thing, then go for it. I love receiving candles and I like lighting candles, but that's about as far as my talents go. I know of a few ex-cabin crew who have started doing catering and events type of businesses. I know, yeah, about a handful of people I used to fly with have now branched out to the events and catering side of things, which I think is a very natural pivot. I think it's a very natural shift for ex-flight attendants, and catering for weddings and just special events like birthdays and engagements and picnics and things like that seems like kind of a good way to go, you know. I think it does take a little bit of startup capital though, because you need to get all of your supplies, all of your decor and stuff like that, but overall the girls I know who are doing it are doing very well, and I think it also depends on the area you're in, and their area seems to bring them a lot of customers. The fourth idea is to go into real estate. One of my old seniors actually started training for this and learning how to be a real estate agent while he was still working as a flight attendant as well, but after the pandemic I think that he just already knew he needed to think of other ways to make money and something else that he could go into. And I'm not sure about the details of what it takes to become a real estate agent here in South Africa, but I do know that he enjoys that you also make your own hours when you're there. The schedule is also kind of all over the place, kind of like with flying. It's not a steady 9 to 5 or anything like that. And the fact that the more houses you sell, the more money you make, kind of a good reason to go into it. Something that I was doing even before I stopped flying was I was studying for a degree. And that's something that I highly suggest to anybody that's thinking, you know, I'm gonna fly, but this isn't my forever career. I think it's a good idea to start thinking of that early and start studying towards that earlier. What's nice is that while you're flying, you can use your salary money to fund for your studies, basically, which is what I was doing. My next suggestion is to start doing makeup on the side. As flight attendants, we always have to look very presentable. My colleagues always looked bomb, like the face beat was always on point after a 4-leg day and all of that. They know the tricks, so I would also very much suggest going into makeup. One of my seniors, Daneo, does makeup. She's in the Eastern Cape, George area, and she takes private clients. She does wedding makeup, she does private makeup for like your matric dance, special events, anything like that. The next suggestion I have is to become a personal trainer. One person that I knew who I used to fly with studied to be a personal trainer while she was flying. I don't know how any of that works, but it seems like a good way to go. All of the people that I just mentioned are real people with real businesses, so if you guys do have the time, please head over to their links and give their pages and businesses some support if you're able to. I'd really appreciate it. Lastly, I have a few fire suggestions for you guys, things that I thought of that I thought could be a good thing to maybe consider. Again, if you used to be a flight attendant and you have been let go because of the pandemic, or if you no longer enjoy flying and you're looking to do something different, then maybe one of these might stick out to you. Suggestion number one is to just move into a different area of your current airline. What I was planning to do before my airline went into business rescue was to finish studying my communication science degree and then move into the communications and marketing department of my airline. Mostly because I could still get my flying benefits, but also because it would ensure that I would be off on holidays and I'd be able to spend more time with my loved ones. But if you're keen on doing something like that, if you're studying accounting or marketing, HR, anything like that, then maybe you could move into that department of your airline and hopefully you still get to keep your flying benefits. Next is to get into some e-commerce. This is a lovely passive income type of thing. I do that. I have an Etsy store called Winglet Travel Merch. Just a subtle plug for you guys. You just need to initially give it a lot of your time just to design and set up your store. You got to know exactly what you want to sell. Once you start it, it's more just of a monitoring and maintaining kind of thing, especially if your business is more of a drop shipping type of business like mine is. I think it's a good way to go, and that's just generally if you want to make some passive income. I think Etsy is a really good way to go. Another idea is to start a jewelry business. I've seen ex-flight attendants do this. Again, that could fall into your Etsy e-commerce store, or you could sell at markets, local markets in your area, make a few items, sell to your friends, sell online on Instagram. I know this beautiful pilot who used to fly for SAA and Emirates, and she now just has such a beautiful jewelry business. She sells clay earrings on her Instagram. Her stuff is stunning. The next thing you can do is to train to become a pilot. I know quite a few flight attendants who, while they were flying, they were also getting their flying hours in and training and getting their private pilot's license and eventually their commercial pilot's licenses. It's a nice way to stay in the aviation industry, but obviously get a job that's just a little bit more in demand than the flight attendant job, because to be very honest with you guys, and I've said this quite a few times in previous videos, that flight attendant jobs are just not very high in demand, and that's the thing that sucks about it, because there's so many people who love the industry and would love to do the job and would do it well. It's just that there's a very low demand for it right now, and I definitely wish things were different. The next thing I think is also another natural shift is to become a travel agent. Because you're already so used to being in the travel industry, I think it would be quite easy to go into the travel agency business. My next suggestion is to go and work on a cruise ship. I noticed that cruising is coming back even to South Africa, but I think it would be a nice way for somebody who loves to travel and who loves the travel industry to still get to make some income while traveling and seeing a bit more of the world. So yeah, if you can get into a cruise ship, I say go for it. And then my last I don't even want to call it a suggestion. I guess my last hope for you guys is to simply just get lucky. I know actually quite a few flight attendants who have been approached by TV producers and radio producers. I myself, back in my charter days, was approached by a sports news person to come and try to anchor and present for a sports news channel thing. I honestly don't even know. I did a terrible job at it because I know nothing about sports, but what a great opportunity. And there's so many people who, while flying, just get exposed to traveling TV, movie, radio producers and agents and people like that who just like their look, like their vibe, and like maybe the way you make your announcements or something like that. And they offer you a job, or at least an interview, or at least something, you know. And the thing is, that kind of an industry is an industry that I never thought of before, never considered before. And I can tell you right now, a lot of people that I've flown with who got lucky in this way had also never thought about joining that kind of an industry. But you know what, they were approached and they decided to go for it, and now they love it because it's just such an interesting and different industry to get into. So I say, if somebody does approach you, obviously be careful, do your homework, all that good stuff, be smart about it. Maybe have your mom or dad come with you, or somebody that you trust come with you for the initial meetings and stuff like that. But overall, I say take the chances and the opportunities that are brought to you, and you never know what might happen. You might just love it as much as you love flying. I hope that you guys enjoyed that little list of mine. I know that a lot of us who are having to pivot outside of being a flight attendant are not leaving because we're choosing to. A lot of the times it's our circumstances that are forcing us to look into different industries and to look into different career paths, and I understand that, but I'm hoping that this video just makes it a little bit easier for you, gives you a little bit of guidance and just a few ideas you might not have thought of before. Some of these things you have to pursue yourself, some of them obviously are dumb luck, others you have to start working on while you have a job that can help pay for whatever you're pursuing. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this list. I don't want to over explain it. This was just, I just made this just to give you guys a list of ideas, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions of what somebody who used to be a flight attendant can do now, a career path that they can do, or if you used to fly and now you're doing something else, or you know somebody that used to fly and now they're doing something else, or whatever the case may be, please leave your suggestions in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and maybe somebody else will be reading through the comments and might love your idea. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a massive thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any more of my content. Continue spreading good vibes and being kind, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye bye.